You knew day one, Bron? Like, the level of work it was going to take?
Yeah, because I wanted to be the greatest basketball player to ever play. Man, I knew it wasn't going to happen in 1, 2, 5, 10 years. Like, I knew in order for me to ever be even mentioned with the greats, like, I had to consistently be dominant for decades. Like, that was and I already knew I had the God-given ability, but the one thing I knew that separated from me from a lot of the kids when I was growing up is like my attention to detail. Like, I had a level of detail when the games came and the practices came, and a commitment to, like, you know, going in before school started. School started at 8:10. I was in the weight room in the gym at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, you know what I'm saying, staying after, you know, off days, I would still go in and work on my game. Like, I was one of the only kids I probably was the only kid on the basketball team. Probably my best friend Drew, because his dad was the head coach, that had a key to the high school gym that I could go at any time, and I had the code to the alarm to turn it off. So I would just go in high school days where I was just maybe watching TV too much or playing the game too much. I was like, I'm about to just go to the high school, put the gun up, and just shoot 1,000 shots, just to get the work in. And I had a level of, like, crazy expectations that I wish on nobody as an 18-year-old kid going into any field, from a business side, from a sports side, from a musician side. Like, it was ridiculous.
I do want to ask, you guys have won a lot, right? Album sales and tours and merch and all these things. Is there an award you haven't won that still stings?
Yeah, Defensive Player of the Year.
Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah. I mean, that's the only award that I don't have in my house. That kind of stings. I talked about this before. Like, it don't make sense. It's almost like what Jay just said about B. How can she have the most Grammys, but never won Album of the Year?
Yeah.
So the year I finished second in Defensive Player of the Year award, the guy who won Defensive Player of the Year didn't even make first team all defense.
That doesn't make sense.
Is that even possible? Yeah.
And I also had an opportunity too I would have been the first unanimous MVP where I got all 120 votes, but I got 119.
Do you know who the one vote was?
Yeah, I know.
Carmelo.
There was the one vote he voted for Carmelo, but
it was a writer in New York, man.
Fuck no, it was a writer from Boston.
Boston.
Of course.
Boston gonna Boston.
Of course.
But
I know his name too, but I ain't gonna give him that light just yet. I'm wait for the doc on that one.
But the media votes on these awards, and like, it's I don't know if it's a perfect way to do it because humans have bias, but
It's like non-players that vote on
exactly.
athletes.
So why they voting? That doesn't make sense.
So that's my point. I agree.
I don't know the answer. I don't know what it should be, but why they voting? If you're not watching the game, you're not studying the game, you're not listening to the peers of the game too. That's like really telling you, like, he's the best player. That's the best album.